We continue here now. A group exhibition is opening next week on Thursday, the 19th of September at the University of Johannesburg. Now, this exhibition, titled Imminent and Eminent Ecologies, is co-curated by Leora Farber as well as Brenton Maart. Leora joins me now to tell us a bit more in studio. Leora, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Firstly, tell us a bit more about what inspired the theme for Imminent and Eminent Ecologies, and how does it address current environmental and political issues?
Okay. Thank you for that question. It actually does both, as you say. It addresses political issues. And when I say political issues, I mean issues that have to do with decolonization and ecological issues, which are obviously to do with the environment, climate change, and what we have now come to call beyond the Anthropocene, the racial capitalocene. So as you can understand then, this is quite a political, the work on the show is politically orientated.
Right.
And it's an exhibition with 11 artists, South African artists and very well-known and very high-level international artists. And it's by exactly what you've just said, eco-artists and bio-artists. Now, to explain the difference, a bio-artist is somebody who uses organic or live materials, such as bacteria, fungi, mycelium, even blood, you know, bodily materials and organic materials, living materials as a medium to make art. Okay.
Right.
Eco-artists are more involved with the actual plant matter and how plant matter can be used as a decolonial tool, if you like, or a political tool, as you like, right?
So we've come to understand the difference between using bioart as well as eco-art to explore this kind of relationship between the living and non-living forms. But what is trans-species democracy, and how is it represented in the exhibition?
Okay, that's one of the key points of the exhibition, right? Is to break down the perceptions that we have that human beings are separate from nature or separate from the environment that we live in, right? Those divisions go right back. They go back to Victorian era, actually. A scientist called Carl Linnaeus actually divided us all, plants, animals, humans, into species. Speciesism, as you know. And there's obviously a hierarchy there. There's the hierarchy of the human being at the top, then the animal, then the plant, and then maybe the mineral or something else. So everyone being allocated a level of importance. And I think that's largely what has led to the current situation which we're in, which is the climate crisis and the Anthropocene, because there have been all these systems of exploitation, extraction, all in the name of commerce and capitalism, basically. These are systems of power, systems of control over the environment.
Right.
So in a way, what we have done, or if I might use the word man has done, is separated their relationship with nature and with the environment into one of a hierarchy. The plant matter or the environment, the forests, the seas, are there for exploitation and extraction, really. And that is what has led us to this position.
Right.
So what we're trying to say, or what the artists on the show are trying to say, is we need to break down that thing of speciesism. We need to break down those artificial barriers, because they're just constructs, right? They just, actually, no one said that we are better than plants.
Right.
And talk about a kind of entanglement, that we live together with nature. We can't separate ourselves. We are actually one and the same. We're
100%.
entangled. So there's a symbiotic relationship between humans and the environment in which we live, be it the ecosphere and the whole planet in a way, and then right down to smaller organisms, microorganisms. And a very good example is like bacteria in our body, right? bacteria is part of us, in a sense. You can't separate bacteria and say, okay, they're over there, they're nasty, they're toxins, and our bodies are separate from them. Actually, we contain those living organisms. So we are actually one and the same. We are meshed together. And this is what these artists are trying to say, is that we live in a state of entanglement. And what is needed for ecological repair is to come back to a recognition that we actually are not separate from nature. We are part and parcel of it. And I think that's where indigenous knowledge systems come in very well, in the sense that, there has been that closeness to nature and that recognition that we cannot separate ourselves in indigenous knowledge systems for so long. But again, as a product of Western ideology, Western thinking, and speciesism, which went along with it, there was this division that got set up, particularly in Western thinking.
It's very fascinating, Leora. But as we continue to take apart what the exhibition is about, I want to speak to the element of collaboration. How did your collaboration with Brenton Maart, how did it shape the curative, or rather the curatorial approach of this exhibition?
Okay, that has a bit of a history. About a year ago, Brenton Maart and myself established what is now called the Bioart and Design Africa research stream. Now, this forms part of a research centre that I'm the director of at the University of Johannesburg. And it's a new stream, and we started out just looking quite specifically at microbial work, so bioart, if you like. And we limited it to that. And we actually had a very successful exhibition last year, just focusing more on microbial work. And that the exhibition accompanied the opening of a specific dedicated bioart laboratory in the Farber, or the Faculty of Art and Design and Architecture building at University of Johannesburg, which is, I believe, the first in the country. It's really a very exciting endeavour. However, after that exhibition, we became quite aware that, in fact, microbiology is just one part of the bigger picture. It's a small part, and that there was so much more that we could be looking at. So we, after a lot of discussion and thought and brainstorming, we looked at how could it be expanded into eco-art, and added another 5 focus areas, those being biomedical ecologies, material ecologies, botanical ecologies, reparative ecologies, and let me just think of the last one. It slipped my mind.
We'll allow you this time, sure.
Right. And so we've expanded the whole spectrum. And with that, I think this show has come about in that this show is focusing specifically on botanical ecologies and precarious reparative ecologies. There is biomedical work on it as well, right? So I think Brenton and I work very organically together. There's a kind of sharing of excitement and a sharing of knowledge. If Brenton comes across something that he finds very exciting, it's very quick to WhatsApp me, vice versa. We go and look at that artist, we look up, we research them. And if we're both in agreement that it fits within one of those focus areas, then we go and see if that we can invite that artist to be on the exhibition.
Leora, we have run out of time, but very quickly remind us of when the exhibition is taking place and how people can access it.
Right. The exhibition opens on the 19th of September at 6:30. And it's at the Farber Gallery, F-A-D-A, which is in the Faculty of Art, Design and Architecture building at the University of Johannesburg. And we invite everybody to come to the opening. It's free of charge. And if you'd like to find out more about the show, you can look it up on our website, www.viad.co.za.